place. I'm doing fine, I'm feeling great. You're not my fan, you can't relate. Straight talk going, stays not safe. Before you cross me, look both ways. Leaving the scene with no trace. None in my league, you out of place. I'm not at the top, I'm outer space. Can't eat with us, we're out of place. I'm doing fine, I'm feeling great. You're not my fan, you can't relate. Straight talk going, state to state.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy George Mackay here outside beautiful Mississauga right now. We're at Gotham Central Comics, and I'm here with the one and only Golden Gun, Mark Wheeler. How are you, brother?
It's hot today, but I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, man. Listen, the last time you and I saw each other in person was literally 4 months before the pandemic. It was like November, December of 2019, right before the pandemic struck. And the last time we've seen each other has only been literally, I've caught your stuff on YouTube. I know you don't watch my show because Mark Wheeler's got way too much time for that.
I've watched stuff. I watch everything.
You watch everything? Even my stuff is Space Monkey, right? We know how much you love Space Monkey.
That's a whole different story.
That's a whole different story.
That's a whole episode itself.
But I guess my first question is, bro, what's it like to be back at shows on a regular basis, doing your thing here also north of the border in the States, just going back to I guess, a new normal or maybe the same old normal as before?
It's interesting because, it's awesome because we're doing this now and there's no restrictions and no capacity stuff. But it's crazy going from, being so busy and then not. And it threw me off so hard because I used to cross the border every weekend. I was, I barely had, my job. I barely did because, I was wrestling so much, right? But so I had to actually work at a job for, 2 years. It was awful. But now, and I'm still there, but, I'm doing this more. But, yeah, it's nice having, no issue with, and I get the mask. I'm not against anything, but it's nice just having to. It feels like 2019 in a sense, And that was my best year in wrestling because I was so busy. So getting back to that feeling of oh, I just wrestle and there's no problems it's beautiful.
Absolutely. Now, I was actually thinking about you the other day. I was playing old school GoldenEye on N64, and I got the Golden Gun.
Nice.
And I shot my daughter's character point blank in the head. So It was a very proud dad moment for sure.
Good.
Very proud dad moment.
Good.
But in terms of the classic video games now with Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, they're all bringing out those old school games, or even allowing you to play back way further into the console. I mean, Xbox, you can go all the way back to the original Xbox with certain games.
Yeah.
So what's it like I know you are a video gamer, so what's it like living that nostalgic lifestyle that you started with in your younger days to being back now? But I don't know if it's the same for you. The graphics really hurt my eyes. I guess maybe it's the older side of me coming out, but the graphics really do bother my eyes.
Yeah, GoldenEye is great, but it looks rough now. On a new TV.
Oh yeah, on a 4K.
You gotta play on an old cube TV, old fucking. Oh, can I swear? I'm sorry.
Absolutely. Fucking right.
I forget. Yeah, an old old TV, it looks great, but on a plasma, it's horrible. But I actually have all my old games still. A couple years ago, I went through a binge where I bought old games. I bought all my games from childhood.
Oh, you became like myself. You became a retro hunter.
Way too much money spent.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm cool now about it, but I had a good phase where I went a little nuts and I bought every game I had for Super Nintendo and N64. I had a bunch of stuff from that I never sold. But as a kid, when a new thing comes out, you trade in your stuff to EV Games. Because I didn't have money as a kid.
Of course.
So I'd trade my whole collection and get a GameCube, and then that was it. And then I trade that in for a Wii, and then, so it's all gone.
It's all gone.
And you get $2 from GameStop. It's awesome. As a kid, you don't care because it's money to you. It's credit, so you get a new system. It's awesome, right?
Of course.
Now, I'm older, I regret all of that because, I had some good stuff. And, these games now are expensive.
Oh, yeah, they're ridiculous.
Man. So I had my stuff, but, I bought the retro Super Nintendo in Buffalo, and, it's cool. I played for a month, but I had having the actual games and blowing the cartridge and putting it in and turning it on and getting it to work for 10 minutes is more fun for me than actually getting a new thing. Because it's cool, it's new, but blowing Super Mario World and getting mad at the console and then it works, yes, is a great feeling.
Absolutely.
It never gets old.
I used to have the original Nintendo and I used to have the Mega Blocks, the really long Mega Block.
Yeah.
I used to have to stick it in to hold the game because the spring was gone.
You do what you gotta do. I used to fucking smash, but just work, turn on. But it goes eventually. That's great.
So I got to ask, because your better half is also now wrestling as well, and you guys are doing a lot of stuff together, which is great. What's it like living this crazy world of wrestling with your significant other? On a more consistent basis than you were pre-pandemic?
It's interesting, because I grew up a massive wrestling fan. I used to wrestle my Batman toy for 7 hours a day. I had entrances, I had storylines, the whole deal. She got into wrestling because of me, which is fine, nothing wrong with that. So she had a hard time adapting to the lifestyle because I like the travel, and so is she. But I need to travel. Like if I'm home for like more than a week, I get like crazy.
Oh, okay.
Whereas like she's not there yet, but she'll get there. But like it's cool because I'm wrestling now for about 8 years, and she's about a year in. So like I'm probably the annoying veteran to her boyfriend. I'm not a veteran, but to her, a veteran to her, and I'm being like the annoying like do this, do that, don't do this. But like, I'm always in her ear. She probably hates me for that, but like it's gonna make her better. But it's good. It's cool. She's doing well. She's she's doing the right things, and I think in like a year or two she's gonna blow up. My opinion.
Absolutely. No, I've watched her. And you know what's great is, you know me, being a girl dad, I'm a very big advocate of women's wrestling. I appreciate women's wrestling because it gives my daughters heroes to cheer for. Good or bad, it gives them somebody to look up to and aspire. Not even to get into wrestling, but just aspire to be strong and independent females. And in Ontario, there's not a whole lot. You could think of about under 10 off the top of my head. I can think of about 10 ladies that are just killing it, but there's always room for more.
So much room.
So
it's insane.
what does it mean? What does it mean when you see somebody like Taylor, who's a year in, and you could see that she's probably already starting to inspire others?
Yeah.
And seeing those little girls in the audience that normally probably wouldn't go, but now come because there's actually that extra female presence there in the building.
Yeah, it's cool. Like, it sounds weird, but like, I can relate because like I grew up watching indie wrestling, and I looked up to guys like Del Bruno, because like my first ever indie show was he wrestled Brody Lee in Hamilton Alpha One. The first ever like big match I saw where I was like, I want to do this, right?
Classic
so like
match.
that was my role models, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
So and I was a kid, right? So like girls and like young girls who are 13, 14, whatever, you 9, 8, how old they are, watching her, and it's like, oh, she can do it, and I want to wrestle, so like I'll try it, and that's what she kind of did. Like she just came to a show and she watched the girls wrestle. I think it was Jody Threat and somebody else. I don't remember who it was now. She, oh, it looks fun, and then she started training, and then like that was it, and then she picked up really quick. And she already was that like athletic and stuff. She's like a cheerleader in high school. She like jump like probably higher than I can. I'm I have almost a foot on her height wise.
So her agility is already 10 steps ahead of what a normal trainee would be.
Yes, right. And then yeah, for girls it's cool being empowered by like seeing someone kicking an ass, but kicking a dude's ass. So like it's very possible. I've got my ass kicked by girls in wrestling for like 6 years. So more power to you.
I've seen a lot of those matches, and he has gotten his ass whooped pretty badly. I got to admit, but it's great. You've also dished out your own amount of punishment as well, which is good in some of those matches.
Yes.
Yes, it is very good. So my next question is, oh, look at that, Chris Chambers.
He's flexing.
Chris Chambers
I'm
is
gonna flex
flexing
off
right now. You want to come on camera and flex
flex,
off right now?
Come flex.
Come flex,
brother. Come flex.
This is impromptu. I'm gonna have Chris Chambers, the half-baked kid, and Mark Wheeler flexing off right now.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me see what. Oh,
damn it.
Once I saw my arm next to his, I walked.
So, my next question is a lot of couples in wrestling, they always have couples names. Like right now, Alicia Altoot, Richard Holiday, they're the Cloud couple.
Yeah.
Then you look at like the Samoan Dynasty and stuff like that. There's always these couples names. Have you guys thought of like a couples name for your wrestling like identities?
Not yet.
Can I throw one out there?
Sure.
I've thought of one. Are you ready? I gotta build it up. Get really excited. Get really hyped for me.
Okay, I'm ready.
That is his hyped face.
I'm hyped, yeah.
The Golden Couple.
I like it. That's not bad. It's cool. I actually had that in my head too.
The Golden Couple.
Yeah, I did a podcast and someone told me the Golden Gun and the Silver Bullet. Something like that.
Oh,
That was
the
cool.
Golden Gun and the
Yeah,
Silver
that
Bullet.
was cool. I thought it'd be funny to call us the Wheelers because it's kind of funny. But like we're not married, so it's kind of weird. But
The Wheeler sounds like a trailer park comedy.
it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I think I can be. I know I'm like, generally I'm an asshole, and I understand it's fine. I can own that. But like I know I'm kind of funny sometimes. So I think it's hilarious.
My wife thinks you're
Jesus,
hilarious.
professional.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
professional. My wife thinks you're hilarious.
Oh.
The mini host thinks you're awesome.
Oh, thank you.
But the
She's
mini,
cool.
yeah. Everybody says that. Everybody says she's. Am I not cool?
You're cool too, but you raised a cool kid, so good job.
That's good. See,
Yeah,
look at that.
see?
See that? That's on camera.
And
Raising
I
a
never
cool
compliment
kid.
anybody, so that's
Never compliments anybody. That's
Never
true.
again.
Couple more questions, and
Yeah,
I'm gonna play
yeah,
a quick game
of course,
for you.
of course.
Now, in terms of goals for this year, now that wrestling is kind of getting back to regular, and your schedule is picking up to where you're used to, what are some countries or some cities that you haven't wrestled in that you want to tackle?
I would love to wrestle in Japan.
Okay.
I feel like my style would be cool there because I'm very like punch you in the face style, and that's what they do. But like watching a Canadian or American in Japan is always surreal because it's just cool being in like one of their like legendary venues and like you're wrestling, and the crowd there is so respectful. They're quiet until something happens and they clap and that's it. Like they're actually watching. No one's on their phones. No one's like hollering crap at you. Right? They're very respectful. And Mexico, I have a lot of Mexican connections now that have come to Canada that I've talked to, and I would love to work like a AAA like or something where like a big.
Oh, I think you'd kill it in AAA.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I try, but like Mexico, I think Japan's my number one right now. I would love to do, and it's very possible. It's just a matter of like planning it and like getting contacts, which I kind of have. But it'd be Japan, Mexico, and then when it comes to like the States, I never wrestled in like Florida or anything, so like something like that would be cool.
Have you wrestled in Texas?
Was supposed to pre-COVID, but got canceled. Right?
So you haven't wrestled in Texas yet either?
No, that'd be cool too. No, I've done like close Texas, but like not actual in Texas. So I've done like the area, but never like in this actual area.
Right,
So
gotcha.
those were probably my three. Like that, like Texas, Florida would be cool, and then like probably two is like Mexico, and then one's Japan. I'd say. Yeah.
Right on. Now, I got to ask this question because this is always interesting. It seems every time you and I do hook up for a conversation, there's always something changing in wrestling.
Yeah.
So the last time we spoke, the speaking out movement was happening. We were cleaning up locker rooms. We were getting rid of, a lot of the negativity behind the curtain.
Yep.
Now that that's kind of, it's still happening, but it's not as present as it was before.
Thankfully.
Yeah, thankfully, absolutely. What about all these releases? I mean, as an indie wrestler, you see all these releases. Does it make you, in any way, shape, or form, get a little bit of anxiety, the fact that if I ever do make it, there's a chance that I could make it, never be used, and just released without a moment's notice? I mean, the goal is always to get to a top promotion.
Yeah.
But when you see these things happening, does it kind of make you scale back your efforts in any way?
You can think that way, but if you do, you already fail, right? Because like, what if you look at a guy like Kevin Owens, right, or like Sami Zayn? Like they were like Montreal kids who like went everywhere, and they're still prominent guys on TV. And they're killing it, and they're Canadian dudes like from Montreal. It's so random, right? But they're awesome. So like, yeah, you can get there and get fired. Yeah, like I'm not 6'5", I understand that, but I feel like if you have the work ethic, and you like actually give a shit, which I feel like a lot of guys, and it sounds bad, but like don't anymore. It's just kind of like filling it out, which sucks. But like, if you get to TV, you should work harder. I feel like if you're not in shape, get in better shape. If you're not good at talking, get better at talking. All that stuff, right? I feel like a lot of guys, once they get signed, and girls, they're comfortable. And that's when they get fired because they don't try to progress, right? Whereas, like I tried, even on the independents, like I want to try to get better, right? Like pre-COVID, mid-COVID, my goal was to put on, like, size. So I started 178 pounds, now I'm 208 pounds. So, like, I had to do a lot of, eat a lot, train hard, like, suffer, like, not sleep. But looking at it now, it's like, that's what you got to do to get your goal. And that's any good job you want, right? Like, you have to really
I did that too. I put on size in COVID. I didn't eat right. I didn't train, but I hit my goal
Hell yeah.
of over 250. And look at me now.
Great. Hell yeah. It's just, I think it comes down to like, yeah, any job you have, can you get fired or like released? Yeah. But like, it's also like a motivation for the guys and girls that got fired, right? Because like, you see all of them, like a lot of them will go to AEW or they'll go to like the new Ring of Honor or they'll go to like Impact and they're still killing it, right? I think the biggest thing, though, if you're not American, is losing your visa. That's the one that hurts, right? So, like, the American guys are going to be fine. American guys and girls are going to keep doing their thing because they can work anywhere in the world really without any issue, right? Canadian talent or, like, a Mexico talent or something where you need a visa, a little harder. Because
It is
European,
unfair. There's a lot of red tape.
yeah,
A lot of red tape.
that's when I understand the sympathy. But for the American people, it sounds bad, but not really, only because, like, they're going to be fine. They have the world to them. Sorry, they have the freaking world to them,
Yep.
right? So, it sucks. They're losing a job, but, like, I'm never worried that like they're gonna not like that. If I got fired, remember though, when you get like released, you have the backing of former WWE or former AW guy, so you get paid more money, all right?
Right.
You get more appearances. Someone else is gonna pick you up if you're worth it. So
Absolutely.
you can look that way, but like for me, my goal right now is to get there, and even if I get there and it lasts a year, you made it.
And,
right?
and you take the learning experience for what it is.
That's all you can do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
All right. My final question, and then
Yeah.
we're going to play the game.
Sure.
I've never asked this before, but it's great to be doing these in-person interviews again.
Yeah, of course.
Will you chop me?
Do you want me to try you?
One chop. Just give me one chop.
Up to you.
Give me one chop. I'm ready. Okay, now when I'm choppy, do I
Don't think about it.
don't think about it. Okay. All right.
If you tense,
Okay, don't
it's gonna
tense.
suck.
All right.
And I won't like kill you.
You won't kill me. Okay.
So
All right.
I'm gonna aim right here.
Okay. All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
And I'm doing my bad arm too. So
Okay, perfect.
It won't be as hard.
All right.
Chop.
That actually didn't feel as bad as I thought it would.
Nice.
It's starting to sting. Yeah, he definitely 25% it. Yeah, I will. When I do, I'm gonna tag you in the post on Facebook.
please do.
Guys, this has been my conversation with Mark Wheeler, and now the final thing, the game. Mark, easy game. I think we played it before. I'm gonna give you two options, and you say the first thing that comes to your mind.
Sure.
No reasons why, just two options. So, for example, I'll give you an example: WWE or AEW.
WWE.
Okay, there you go. So that's the example, and now we're going to go. You ready?
Sure, yeah.
All right. Apples or oranges?
Oranges.
Pizza or burgers?
Pizza.
Chicken wings or chicken nuggets?
Chicken wings.
Ice cream or blizzards? Because it's different, like ice cream sandwiches or blizzards.
Oh, shit. Blizzards.
Okay, okay.
You're good.
Birthday cake or ice cream cake?
Ice cream cake.
Okay, ice cream cake, that's
Sorry,
good.
yeah.
Two-shot wheeler or no-shot wheelers? Because Anton Alexov told me about two-shot wheeler.
Fuck Anton. A one shot, one kill. That's my answer. Different answer.
There you go.
No, I don't miss. No 2 shots.
That's right. No 2 shots. Anton did tell me a story. Go back to the archives and watch that one. This has been an epic conversation with Mark Wheeler. Dude, I'm so happy to see you again, and I can't wait to announce you in the ring later. Thank you so much for coming on Straight Talk.
Yes.
Peace, love, and wrestling, guys. We'll see you next time.
Adios.
Peace. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to tune in next week for another great episode on all available podcast platforms and hosted on Podbean. Also, check us out on YouTube at Straight Talk Wrestling, on Instagram at Straight Talk Wrestling, on Facebook at Straight Talk Wrestling, and on Twitter at _Straight Talk. And if you feel the need to buy some sweet merch, check us out on ProWrestlingTees.com.
Leaving the scene with no trace, not in my league. You out of place. I'm not at the top. I'm outer space. Can't eat with us. We're out of place. I'm doing fine. I'm feeling great.